Somewhere around here, there's a track off to the right, but looking at this, it's supposed to go down the spur line. Hopefully it does, but it's a long way down on there on the right. Could be a very steep descent. It's going to be very close. I think it's called McDonald something or other track. This might be it here. Once again, we've got these holes, and there's my tow bar just dragging through the foam and dirt there. This would be it. Castle Hill track. That was the one I started to come down with, that big mud hole, so I went around and took it the other way. This track yeah, shut up. McDonald's Gap Track. It's supposed to take us into Castleburn. So we shall see. Goes down a spur line. Hopefully it's not going to be too crazy. When we get down to Castleburn, we'll chuck a lefty and head into Dargo. Around at the moment, but that would have been from the rain that I had a couple of days ago. Still just sitting in the puddle. I'm still in high range, second gear, just plodding along. If it gets too serious, I'll drop it into four-wheel drive and then obviously drop it into low range. But that was very nice. Scratchy stick. If it gets too bad, yeah, more traction, less speed, and we'll get there. I'm sort of running out of daylight. It's 5:24. Still got a couple of hours of daylight, but I'd like to be down, putting a tent up at the back of Dargo pub before the dark, and finding out where I can have a nice hot shower from. It's all right track. Seems to be maintained quite a lot. There's lots of areas where it's been pushed off to the side and bits of rocky stuff put on the track itself. Oh, mud holes, great. Just the what I wanted. Which way is best? I might have to get out and walk it. Doesn't seem to be too bad. Around the left tree, right tree there. Oops. That's the tow bar dropping in. Yeah, the track on the right was a bit worse. Hopefully there's not too much of that around on this track. Otherwise I might end up having to turn around and go back out through Lycola. And that really crappy bumpy track all the way down the hill. here for a couple of days, so what water's lying around is a few days old. It also means it's had a few days to soak in. Wow. It's supposed to be going down a spur line, but I seem to just be going along on a flat level. At least I'm not going down to the right. That's a long way down there. This is the start of the spur drop. I don't know. Can't see where your wheels are going. You just can't see over the bonnet sometimes. Now we've got a drop off on either side. It's not too bad. I might do the old low range trick here, just to give me that control, and hopefully I won't slip around anywhere. Unfortunately the camera's not going to show you how steep the descents are. But I've sort of got an inclinometer in the car. When I go down a steep descent, I get more fuel. And when I go up a steep descent, I get less fuel. And at the moment, on the flat, I'm between half and a quarter of a tank left. So everything in the back of the car is sliding over the front. So yes, I don't normally go forward driving on less than quarter of a tank, because of the fact that if you go up a very steep hill, could end up sucking air bubbles. This looks like it's going to be fun. Not even like part of the way down the track. This is not too slippery so far. If it was really wet and sloppy, yeah, it could be a bit interesting. My fuel gauge just went up to half a tank. Yeah, all you can do, second gear, just let it run down. And those hills should just idle over. Now when it gets a little bit fast, just touch the brakes a little bit. You don't want to be driving your brakes all the way down there. It's not a bad track. It's a bit rocky though. That sort of annoys me, and my camera bag's flying over the back seat. Steeper. You can see where people have been sliding too. Drop off that rock there. I am using the brake on this section. Otherwise it would try and drive away on me a little bit. It's okay. Someone's tried to drive up this and they've been spinning their wheels a bit. Any steeper and I'll get quarter of a tank of fuel. Wasn't expecting it to be this steep. It's as steep as Goat's Bluff, but I think it might be worse in patches. That section there, that would actually be quite interesting to try and drive up that. You'd be scratching for a bit of traction. Another track going down a spur line to our left as well. Didn't take that one, and this one looked a little bit less crazy. Maybe my vision of craziness is a bit silly, but it's alright so far. If I do get less than a quarter of a tank, I've still got a jerry can in the back. Plenty of fuel. There you go, the no-go just went beep, battery low, and shut off. Alright, where were we? Oh yes. Actually, I'll go up this hill first and you'll see what I mean by not having the momentum. It'll still probably just crawl up there, but you might, I don't know if you're going to hear any wheel slip. It's not steep enough. It's just, oh yeah, there's a bit of wheel slip, yeah. Whereas in second gear you've got that bit of momentum, or speed over ground, and you have a little less control in second, but you'll get up those hills easier. You won't spin your wheels or slip. The second gear low range for this track is pretty much perfect. Coming the other way. On the hills too, if someone's coming up the hill and you can see them from the distance, you should always try and pull over and let them continue up the hill. It is a lot easier to start off going down the hill. I might just drop it back into second before I get into trouble. A lot easier just to roll off and start driving down the hill in second rather than trying to start up going up a hill, if that makes sense. This is it's quite an interesting track. It's just sort of up, down, up, down, up, down. Whoa, should have changed. Well, change there, change back a second to get up this. in this bit. I can see the tops of the trees directly in front of me, so I'd say it's pretty steep. Second low range, feet off the clutch. Whoa, can you see the valley out there? Oh, this is pretty good. Going down. Actually hear those rocks sort of catching under the tyres and sliding a little bit. That the tops of these hills are slightly lower than the previous ones, so we sort of drop off, then go back up to a hilltop, and then drop off into another one, and then drop off to another one, and get lower and lower each time. But in the meantime, there's some pretty good ups and downs here. Looking at the sky. Not raining. It's getting cold out there though, it's still 10 degrees. Must have been just a little chilly patch we went through just then and froze the windscreen up a little bit. I'm a little bit surprised that I haven't come across any other drivers. Maybe this track's too hard for them. Another big steep. Part of the track's a bit better than the other one. It's not got that loose rocky shit. It's more of a gravel base, but it's compacted in, so easy to get up. I went up one of those little up-you-do things going up Monument Track the other day, and I swear those front wheels lifted off the ground. I had very light steering as I went up the side.